Ben 10 versus the -10 is a disappointing end to Ben 10 Classic. It's not the only finale. Secret of the Omnitrix, Race Against Time, and Goodbye and Good Riddance also work to cap off the show. But the -10 two-parter is the last canon episode. And honestly, it has a great idea behind it. Bring 10 of Ben's greatest foes together like a Legion of Doom, or more aptly, a Sinister Six. The problem lies in the execution. We get one scene of the Forever King before he brings all the villains together. And we don't even see him recruit them or anything like that. I think each member of the group needs an episode of their own in Season 4 to lead up to this finale. If we compare this to the Ghost Freak arc in Season 3, it's clear that we need a full season of setup before this event. Plus, don't get me wrong, I love Cooper, but he really isn't given enough time to develop a personality or become likable. You could throw him in for the full season, and we can see him develop his powers, bounce off the other three, get a personality. But as it stands now, it is sort of disappointing. Let's take a closer look at Ben 10 versus the -10. Steven?
Cooper's got nothing going. The only reason they even talked to him, like you said, was because he acted like he had tickets for him to go see that movie.
Which is dumb because Ben and Gwen aren't that petty. Like, they've been nice to kids before. Remember the episode where they go to the underwater hotel?
And that kid was way douchier than this kid.
It was way worse than Cooper. But
yeah, but Cooper's just like, I'm just here. I don't say literally anything.
Well, and he's not like... He's not a bad character by any means. Like, he gets fleshed out more in Omniverse or Alien Force moving on, really.
Yeah, he's buff.
Yeah, he's Chris Pratt.
There's no blast marks.
So that's pretty cool. But you know, throughout the rest of the shows and stuff, he gets more to do. But right now, it's like, what are we doing with Cooper? Why is he in this?
Why was he introduced at all right here?
Yeah, it's. I think it's because they need, like, a lot of times Ben 10 will have like when they go into the town has like a little person. Yeah. They're hanging out with like the old lady from the Ben 4 Good Buddy episode. They have an old lady coming with them and stuff.
She lost all her teeth.
Yeah, she's got her car stolen and she just had to stay where she was, kind of thing.
Yeah,
dumb. But you get a character kind of through the episode with them to be like your point of view for the town or whatever, wherever they're at. It doesn't have it always, but a lot of time it does. I think that's what they're going for.
Yeah.
Is like, here's our POV character in case you're like new to the series and you want to, you're
new to the series on the series finale.
Well, you know what I mean. Just, here's your POV. I think anime does that a lot where like each arc will have its own POV character and stuff like that too.
Yeah.
Anyway, but I don't know. Even the villains and stuff, like, where were all these villains the whole season? Where was any of these villains for the whole show except for like Animo and the Circus Freaks?
Yeah. And we also get like Clancy is never explained why he's a bug now.
Pretty sure it's Dr. Animo.
You're sure, but like, we're never given any confirmation there.
It would have been nice. He also feels like he's lobotomized. Like,
yeah.
He can't talk anymore.
Drooling at one point.
He's like a snarling monster at this point,
Yeah. I just feel like the Forever King could have got better help.
Yeah, and I don't know, maybe it's who he could find at the time. Like, I theorized that maybe the Forever Ninja was supposed to be 6'6".
Yeah.
But then, like, they had other plans for the character. Maybe, like, the Secret of the Omnitrix that made him, like, an actual person instead of a robot.
Yeah.
So maybe or an alien, not a person. But
they never explained how Rojo got her alien tech back. She's just in a super suit.
I'm assuming it's, like, the Forever King financing her. But, like, say that. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Say something about it. Where did Subliminal come from?
Yeah.
How is he with the freaks right now?
I guess the Forever King... He kind of financed Rojo. I don't see, like, whenever Grandpa Max asks the question, we need the answer to it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Rojo, how'd she get back her alien tech?
Also, Charmcaster, last we saw her, she had her uncle as a kid.
Yeah, he must have got baby care.
Where's the uncle?
Must have gotten some daycare.
Yeah, like, how did he meet up with her? Why are there two spheres even connected at all?
Yeah. Anyway, I don't know. I like the execution. Or, excuse me, I like the idea. The
Anyone who says that this episode is better than Ben 4 Good Buddy, find me in the comments section, buddy.
Well, the action's definitely better.
Yeah.
We can at least agree on that. The action's pretty good.
We get Diamond Head, who's just so sick.
Yeah. Well, Diamond Head, I think we got a good forearms fight where he's just taking everybody out. We get Wild Mutt like goes crazy on like a big mole. It's pretty fun.
Badger.
We're doing the two-parter episode
It's a
together.
badger.
It's like a badger mole. Welcome back to Binge Warmers. My name is Hopper.
And I'm Steven.
If you haven't seen anything else from us, and this is your first thing watching us, we have done every single episode of Ben 10 up until this point. Only one more in the proper classic series. You can check them out in the corner. But yeah, we're doing the two-parter as one review right now, since I guess that's how it was meant to be viewed. I don't know.
And you can cover it. It's as heavy as it's supposed to be. It's kind of light, easy to watch.
The second episode, they stayed in one location the whole time.
Yeah.
I mean, it was basically... I mean, there was different locations within the Mount Rushmore base.
Yeah.
But it was essentially just one location. It was basically just like, let's fortify and protect this little precious tritium, Spider-Man 2,
Yeah,
That's what it feels like.
That's
to me.
exactly what it looked like.
We got to protect that, and we're going to stay there. In the first one, we figure out that the first part one of this should have been the full season, I think. And I touched on that in the intro, but like you see the circus freaks and Sublimino stealing something from Fort Knox.
Yeah.
Then we go to Portland, and they are dealing with like Rojo and Charmcaster and Clancy, and then Animo's there too. So it's like, okay, cool, we get all these characters, and we love all these characters. Maybe this would have been like cooler to have been like, oh wow, Charmcaster and Rojo are like fighting each other, but they're kind of working together at the same time.
Yeah,
you know?
like what's going on?
So maybe like
Just
earlier
some more
in the
exposition
season.
would have been nice.
Yeah, and we can. I mean, we can.
It's a
all
two-parter.
assess.
You got time for exposition. You really do.
That's true. I do think. Well, not even that. Just like because there is like a thing in the beginning where he's like taking down like a jewelry thieves or something, jewelry thieves, like doing a helicopter, and we didn't probably need that.
No.
Maybe spend that time introducing like the Forever King and show him kind of rounding up some people.
Yeah.
Or maybe just show Animo like in the jail and have the Forever King like come get him out and be like,
yeah,
I got all the rest of these homies back here.
Yeah. Anything to give us some sort of setup.
Yeah, but I kind of do like that we find out with them, but at the same time, like we already know what's happening. We know the -10 is coming, so it's like maybe just show us a little bit of that because we want to see these characters. And another thing too, like the way they end up beating them, is that beating them, wink wink, they don't really do anything.
Yeah,
it's kind of like a very loose payoff.
They trap them in that stupid force field.
Well, they get them to fight each other. They're like they play on their egos,
but it's too easy of a fight each other. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean it does kind of happen like all out. There's a little bit of tension between Charmcaster and Rojo, and that's about it.
Yeah. And then Gwen goes, who's better here? And he goes, oh, it's obviously me. Instantly starts fighting.
Actually, the circus freaks were mean to Sublimino, too.
Yeah, they called him a nerd, which is weird. Like, the guy has meth mouth, and he's making fun of a nerd.
Yeah. Also, yeah, there's a lack of voice acting in this.
Yes, dude.
That's one of the bigger problems here.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because
we don't get Sublimino, Thumb Skull. Thumb Skull, he just yells. That's his only audio.
Which I think that's their... I think they probably just pulled that from a different episode.
Yeah. And then what's her name?
Frightwig.
Yeah, Frightwig just stares.
Yeah, Cree Summers did not come back for this.
No,
I'm sure she would have, but they probably didn't have money to pay her.
And it was probably easier to just have Clancy be a bug so he didn't have to talk to begin.
Which is sad, because he's like, he was a guy who cared about his roots and his my grandpa built this house, so he built this apartment. And now he's just like some chattering bug.
Yeah.
He can vomit bugs out of his mouth.
Creepy. Who's to say he wasn't a bug under that skin the whole time?
Ooh.
Maybe the skin was his grandpa.
Ooh, don't like that.
Yeah.
I do. Since we're heading down that route, I did kind of want to say this feels a lot like a Men in Black plotline, doesn't it?
Yeah.
It's like the plumbers, the plumbers are essentially the MIBs, but we get this like weird thing of like, oh yeah, we stopped this alien, and then the good aliens gave us this energy, and the energy is what the other bad people are looking for now. It's like it's a total Men in Black plot.
It's giving Men in Black 2
hard, and it's also giving Men in Black the animated series.
Oh yeah. That was a good series.
Even like when Cooper soups up the rust bucket and like drives it through the traffic, it felt like a scene from Men in Black. Like it just looked like it had the same like visual energy almost,
Grandpa had to have some killer reflexes.
He really did, dude. I guess he's superhuman somehow.
Yeah.
Probably got some alien supplements or something,
but they can't stop it. Cooper doesn't install brakes, so we get Diamond Head. Like I was like, just go upgrade and stop it yourself. He goes, no, I'm gonna go Diamond Head. Tries to block it. First of all, if that stops it, they're in a head-on collision going like Mach 3. That's not okay.
And the fact that it didn't stop it, like what is the rust bucket made of at this point?
Exactly. So then he makes an anchor out of the diamonds, and it just tears through the freaking road until it finally stops.
It's pretty tough. Pretty bad idea. It gave Spider-Man 2 a little bit where he's like tearing blocks of buildings off to like stop the train and everything. And Gwen even makes a comment, because I guess, you would make a comment. She's like, oh, tell that to the city street crew that has to clean all this up.
She's always got to say something.
No, I was thinking it too. I was on her side for that one.
Yeah.
But then, what about Stinkfly in the beginning where he's taking on the helicopter?
Yeah, that's pretty cool. He gunked it up.
That's sort of Spider-Man. That felt a little Spider-Man-y.
Yeah.
Gunk up like Spider-Man PS4 is what I was thinking.
Oh, for sure,
Stop the helicopter in the very beginning of that. He should learn his lesson from that prison bus scene from season 3. Like, you don't want to shoot their window because then they're just liable to crash into anything. But he did, for whatever reason. I guess he gunked him up over the river, so they fell into the river.
Right. And then they didn't even fall into the river. Well, the helicopter did. Yeah. But the people, he just snatched them.
They were on their parachutes.
Parachutes.
And then he just kind of grabs them out of the midair. And he's like, oh, is there any villains that can take me down? Why are you wishing that on yourself? Bro?
And it's also The robot ninja guy was behind him. Knock him out.
Yeah.
Take him captive.
No, we needed them to do something, bro. They really didn't need them. No. This whole thing could have been executed without Ben's knowledge.
Absolutely.
But I think the only reason that like all the rogues came together was to stop Ben too, though.
Yeah, they really wanted a piece of him.
Mm-hmm. Even though like
Charmcaster probably just wanted Gwen.
Yeah, you're probably right about that. I do kind of wonder like what everyone's motivation was, because the Forever King was the one. But where are the rest of the Forever Knights, by the way? I know Enoch is knocked out; he's in that simulation. But like, where's everybody else?
Yeah, he has a whole army.
Yeah, where's the rest of the Forever Knights?
Why is he getting the -10?
And especially at this point, we don't know there's like a bunch of factions of knights.
Yeah,
we just think it's the one Forever Knights organization.
You had a jester guy. Where's he?
Yeah, where's like any of the guys with the Enoch faces on?
Yeah.
You know? But like the whole organization. This is before Alien Force, where we know that they're really split apart, and maybe that adds to this a little bit. Maybe this is just like, Alien Force does like tack on that good detail of like, oh yeah, they aren't like unified, so there probably wouldn't have been any Forever Knights to help with this.
Well, they have some.
Probably have at least one or two, I guess. Yeah,
at least 10.
Well, you know, -10 doesn't include the rest of the army, so
it should.
Yeah, you don't even need to include them. They could just be fodder that maybe like you
throw them at them.
Well, anyway, so that's one thing. The Forever Ninja, that's totally off-brand, by the way.
Yeah, why is he there?
He's a ninja, and he's got like the Leonardo swords.
Yeah.
Like, what is the whole?
We're Forever Knights.
Yeah,
that's medieval. That's European, not samurai Japanese.
The Forever King is literally trying to be the Forever King of Earth. Like, what? And is he a robot or is he a person? I assumed he was a person.
Yeah, he's a person in a big old suit.
Big old suit. Well, not the king, the robot, the ninja guy.
Oh yeah, I don't know.
He could have been. Like I said, he could have been 6'6". He has the rope like 6'6" does.
Yeah.
He uses like blades like 6'6" does.
There's
sometimes.
too many questions in this two-parter, dude.
A whole season would have been great, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Anyway, but I know before y'all come for us in the comments, I know they were crunched to get all this stuff out before Alien Force came out, and I think they were kind of forced to not actually make it like super canon heavy, because that's they don't want to.
I think they were working on the two in parallel, so
yeah,
if they did anything too canon heavy and then tried to go back. Yeah. It would have looked weird.
Which, even though like the Forever Knights are a huge deal in Alien Force moving forward, so like I maybe wouldn't have touched the Forever Knights if I was making this.
Yeah,
I would have had like Animo get everybody rounded up together.
Probably, yeah.
And maybe you maybe would have got like not a Vilgax, but maybe like one of the more interdimensional, one of the more intergalactic villains, like like a Volcanus or a 6'6",
or the white guy, Crab.
Crab would have been good, yeah, because we haven't seen him since season 1 either.
Yeah.
At least one of the alien villains, because I know this is more like the Earth-based people, but he fights a lot of aliens. Maybe put an alien in there.
Yeah,
doesn't have to be crazy. Yeah,
throw Azimuth in there.
No, not Azimuth. He's too small.
Yeah, he is a small guy.
And also, he likes Ben at this point, I think.
Unfortunately.
You don't like Ben?
I don't like Azimuth that much, to be honest.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Yeah. We can delve down that rabbit hole later, though.
Yeah, we'll get plenty of Azimuth and Alien Force.
Yeah.
But okay, so yeah, that's pretty much Diamond Head. Going back to that too, they go in that building, and Rojo cuts the elevator.
Yeah.
That way they get back up the building. He's like Diamond Head for like 2 hours, by the way.
Yeah, 100%.
Very long time.
Which is sick. I'm okay with that.
No, yeah, it's great. He like puts out his little hands to stop the elevator.
And then he just makes let's say easy 20-story building.
My thought was like he's ruined that elevator for anyone trying to get in there. Like it's not like Spider-Man webs where it like goes away. It's diamond that stays. Yeah, it's diamond. It's hard as diamond.
Yeah, there goes the economy.
I don't think it's valuable. What was your immediate reaction as a kid seeing all these villains? Thinking like, what's happening? Did you have an idea of like what is happening? Like what are we doing here?
I love ensembles, so back then I was just like, this is sick, bro.
Yeah.
I didn't even notice that half of them didn't talk. You know what I mean? I was just like, yeah, let's go, dude. Fight them all. I
think I saw this episode before I saw the Subliminal episode, because I don't think I watched this all in order.
Oh yeah, not at all.
And so I was like, ooh, there's this guy, and he like never talks, and I'm like, well, okay.
I don't think I knew who Clancy was, so I was like, there's a bug.
There's a big old bug.
There's a creepy bug.
Kevin would have been great in this. What, the return of Kevin coming back,
dude, sick. But that messes up Alien Force.
That's true. It messes up Alien Force.
Yeah.
Anyway, but yeah, we get the great lighting and like the cool action in this. We get Animo has a bat, and it kind of like weakens Ben's diamond.
Yeah, the same as when the Ben 10,000 episode.
Kevin 11,000 does it. Yeah. So that's pretty good continuity, I guess. I've never thought about Diamond Head having that weakness, but he does have a weakness to like sonic attacks.
Yeah, absolutely.
So that's pretty cool to keep that continuity. And also, Charmcaster and Gwen have this kind of thing going. They're both just very, like... I guess she's not mad that she has her spell book. She's mad that she's not doing more with the spell book.
Yeah.
So that's interesting.
She's like, wow, you're just too scared to use the advanced spells.
You're a little baby, huh?
Yeah.
Like, okay.
Charmcaster's in her head like, I can't do them either, but I'm going to make it sound like I can.
Yeah, now that I'm in charge of Hex, I can do whatever I want.
Yeah.
Also, the bugs break off one of Diamond Head's like structures that he builds. You know what I mean? Like the Diamond Head diamonds feel very weak in this to me.
Oh yeah, he like built them up and then they just knock it down.
It's like why are we doing the bugs so powerful? They must be like bullet speed.
And like sometimes the growth of his crystals was super slow, and then other times it was super fast.
Yep. He like knocks Animo off the building, but it feels like it takes like forever to get there.
Yeah.
Max is fighting off Rojo and Clancy. He like grabs
Max-
Rojo by the crotch.
He freaking suplexes her, sends her flying like 30 feet.
Maybe he didn't cop a feel. I'm gonna assume he didn't cop a feel.
No, he's too.
Because he's honorable.
He said, "Honestly, you're a human, and I don't swing that way."
Gross. But so yeah, they steal the keys. That's the whole thing for this episode. They're taking the keys. They get a key from Fort Knox. That's the circus freaks and the whatever.
Yeah.
And then they're wrestling the thing away. Cooper's dumbass. He like grabs it and he throws it off the building where Animo had just fallen off.
Why are you throwing it? Break
Don't
it over
throw
your
it.
knee or something.
Yeah.
Smash
or,
it on the ground.
At the very least, like reconfigure it because you've got a little technopath powers.
I never understood making a key to begin. Lock it up, throw the key away.
Well, I guess they want if they wanted access to it, but it was going to be very hard to get access to it.
Yeah.
I don't know. But yeah, they fly away.
But that's another thing. The two places that they went were retired plumber places, right?
Mm-hmm.
Something of that magnitude needs to be put into somewhere that's still being monitored.
Well, I think
Like give one half to Max and give the other half to Mount Rushmore.
Well, Mount Rushmore is decommissioned too, I thought.
No, I think that was the only one not decommissioned.
Maybe. But that's the whole thing for Alien Force too. Like the plumbers are out of, like they're not like in service anymore. Like Max is retired, everyone's retired. The only reason they start back up is because there's more alien activity, I think.
Yeah.
Although, this has always bugged me about Big Fat Alien Wedding. All those plumbers are still active.
Yeah.
They're fighting the Lenopans.
Yeah. But I think it's just that family of plumbers. Like
Could be.
Max's family, they're not letting it die.
They could be fighting off world as well.
Yeah.
Because we know there is like intergalactic sects of the plumbers.
I was wondering, I was like, 6?
I'm assuming they have sex. You know, we can talk about Cooper. His grandpa is a plumber, and Grandpa tells him everything about the Omnitrix. And
Yeah, doesn't tell anyone else in the entirety of the summer besides, accidentally having to tell them.
Yeah.
But he's got a pen pal that he's like, oh, you won't believe what happened today.
It may have been the situation of Grandpa's friend calls him up and was like, "Hey, Cooper's stuck at camp. Anything new with y'all?" Oh, well, we just stopped at whatever. Like he might not have been thinking about it in his old age, but he didn't tell.
Attentive every other time.
He didn't tell Phil about it.
Yeah.
Phil was like his partner. I guess something didn't.
He didn't tell the Native
smell right.
American guy about it.
Kai's grandpa, yeah. He didn't tell he didn't tell Ben's parents.
Yeah.
Like it's
his own son.
Yeah. Anyway, so that's a little weird bit of continuity there. But do we think Cooper is half alien, or do we think he's like a mutant? Or what do we think?
Alien Force, he'd be half alien.
I'm gonna say it's a little.
Omniverse, he's half mutant.
Well, even in this show, he might be a mutant. You never know.
Yeah.
But I will say it's a little convenient if his dad or his grandpa. I will say it's a little convenient if Cooper's grandpa is a plumber, and he's not an alien, since we know from Alien Force that all the plumbers, not all the plumbers, but a lot of the plumbers get busy with aliens.
Yeah.
Leading to like Manny and Helen and the other one, Pierce.
It would be Pierce because he's pokey.
Yeah, he's Pokemon.
Yeah.
No, he's not a Pokemon. He's a Pokemon.
Pokemon.
Yeah.
How your parents say it.
The
You playing that
Pokemon.
Pokemon game? Is that the Blue Eyes White Dragon?
So I'm going to assume headcanon at least that he's half alien.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then we get to part 2. It's just essentially keep away from the Forever 10.
The RV goes through some crazy stuff, dude. It's electrocuting things. I love it electrocutes things, and then Clancy sends his bugs like the electrocution's just gone. It's like super durable. They throw rocks at it and stuff. But then Thumbskull comes up and rips the door off.
I think the bugs may have gotten in the circuits or something. They didn't really show that very well if that's what happened.
Yeah.
But after the bugs went and touched it, they could rip the door off it. What are your thoughts on that fight where like Forearms is taking on? He's pretty much soloing everybody.
Oh, it was so sick. I mean, he ground pounded, split him open, Launched him in the air. Pachoo, pachoo. Just like that.
Very nice combo, wombo combo.
I was telling you, I was like, multiverses. That's an easy multiverse combo right there.
Sure is. You know, pound the ground. Maybe like people behind you get a little shook up.
Could you imagine Forearms as a tank, dude?
Oh yeah. Well, do you want him separate or do you want him like as part of Ben's kit?
I don't know what I want. Hopper.
We play a lot of multiverses, guys.
Check us out on the
live streams. But yeah, that's good. It's good to see Forearms really just flex, like really take him down. Especially like this last episode. Let's just really get
all 4 pectorals.
Does he have 4 pecs or does he have 2?
He has 4 shoulders.
Oh wow, I never even thought about how that works.
You need 4 shoulders for 4 arms.
You would, right? And you probably also need
like
2
if you
pecs.
ever looked at Machamp.
Oh yeah.
On the back, he's got 4 shoulders, but he only has like 2 pecs.
That would suck working out because then you got to do double the arms.
Yeah, which you should have 4 pecs if you've got. Like you should have 4 shoulders and 4 pectorals, technically.
You should probably just have like a whole extra section of rib cage to accommodate the rest of the stuff.
Yeah, I guess neither of them really makes sense.
You know,
because Forearms is actually pop out of the sides, so he may not even have 4 shoulders.
Maybe, but maybe it's like a semi shoulder, like it's like an adapted shoulder,
like a semi truck.
Yeah.
Is it semi truck? Because only part of it's a truck, the rest is a trailer.
I never thought about it actually.
Yeah, I know. I mean, neither. Till just now.
Getting deep with the deep.
Yeah, bro.
Deep thoughts with deep. Yeah, but then there's a funny bit where like he's kind of doing pretty good against everybody.
Yeah.
And I don't know why they don't just like rush him and like take him out all at once, but he like turns out of Forearms and he goes, "Okay, I got knuckle sandwiches. What's a knuckle
throws
sandwich?"
his arms up and stuff, and it's like, Ben, you're 10 years old, dude.
We should also note that Cooper gets hypnotized by Subliminal.
Yeah.
The only thing Subliminal or Cooper really do in this episode is that. You know what I mean? And I think like you could take Cooper all the way out of this because he helps soup up the RV to like get them there quicker, get place to place quicker.
Grandpa Max could have easily said, "Oh, I made some modifications."
Yeah. Or like, "Oh, hey, we just stopped this old plumber base. I went ahead and tuned up the hydro system."
Cooper was completely useless.
Sad though, because I do
like
Cooper.
He was a detriment because they had to lock him up.
They did have to lock him up. He makes these cool drones, but he's hypnotized, so they end up firing back on. They
literally do nothing for anyone.
Nothing for anybody. Also, Cooper doesn't have a crush on Gwen in this.
Yeah, he gets it later.
Alien Force
says that later.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
I think after that first time I saw you.
Yeah.
Because Alien Force would have you believe that he's like the most in love with her, and he's been in love with her since he met her, and all this different junk. That's like his only personality trait is I love Gwen, stuff. It's not even anything in this. Yeah. It's just that he doesn't want to be lonely, so he wants Ben and Gwen to talk to him, so he fakes tickets.
Yeah. Which I'm assuming they probably see more of him over the years.
Yeah, for sure. And it's cool that he comes back in a big way too for Alien Force. Like he's missing, and Kevin kind of knows him too.
Yeah,
it's cool. But again, he's probably not necessary in this. But it's good that we get him back later, But they do lock Cooper up in the walls.
Yeah, they're in the gosh darn walls.
But so whenever everyone else comes up in there, they basically turn into Eye Guy. Gwen gets her magic going. I guess she's getting her magic going to like fly around. Yeah. She kind of hovers off the ground. Max has got his big power lifter suit on. He can like lift big things up and down.
I don't like that Eye Guy is an alien featured here because if this is a series finale, you want all of Ben's greatest hits. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? We got Heat Blast for 2 seconds. I was expecting a lot more time for Heat Blast.
Steve Bloom is too expensive for this. I mean, not too expensive. They hit their voice actor quota for these 2 episodes.
Yeah.
But yeah, so we get Eye Guy. I think I don't know. Eye Guy is pretty cool, right? Like he
is, but again, bad time to introduce him.
I mean, no, you're right. I think this is I don't know. I think canonically this is before.
We don't even get Ripjaws. As much as I don't like him, this is a series finale.
We don't get Gray Matter. Gray Matter would have been easy to throw up in here. Upgrade would have been easy to throw up in here. Well, Upgrade actually fixes a lot of problems for him.
Yeah.
Upgrade could upgrade the security system and keep everybody up.
Yeah.
And he could change stuff around to where Driscoll wouldn't know where to go and stuff. Anyway. We
don't get Wildvine either, do we?
No Wildvine right here. We get Cannonbolt though, right? No Cannonbolt.
No Cannonbolt.
Yeah, I think this
all of those could have been Eye Guy's spot. I don't think Eye Guy should have been thrown in here.
Well, I think Eye Guy is because we want like a new alien, and I guess canonically this is before Secret of the Omnitrix.
Yeah.
So it's like, oh wow, Ben's got a new alien, but he seems like he knows him, knows how to use him. Whereas in Secret of the Omnitrix, that version, Secret of the Omnitrix Gold, which is the one he's featured in, or Yellow, whatever it is, he doesn't really know what he's doing.
Yeah.
So it would make more sense if that came before this. Even
I
though
want to
think
know
this
the
is,
reasoning of introducing him at all. If this is the only 2 times we see him. You know?
I think it's because like, oh, this is the last episode. Here's a new alien. Like it's sort of the reason why they would introduce him in Secret of the Omnitrix. Like, oh, it's a new big
and
thing.
Since it's a different studio, they're probably not. That's why we don't see it in Alien Force.
You mean Eye Guy?
Yeah.
Well, he didn't have any of the classic aliens in Alien Force.
Really? No, he gets Cannon Bolt.
Well, yeah, but that's when he gets Master Control. I mean, he
Yeah.
didn't have anything else.
At the end of the season, though.
He didn't turn the Halloween monsters either, or the Halloween aliens
I know,
either.
dude. Pisses me off.
Anyway, I think we've established this in our headcanon that Ben just has his favorites and he picks his favorites every time, essentially.
Yeah.
And like, granted, like Cannon Bolt's probably more useful than Eye Guy, but Eye Guy is sort of a one alien fits everything kind of thing. He might be less strong, but like he can do we see a freeze ray in this. We see laser beams in this. Later on, I'm pretty sure he has like fire and lightning come out. Like he's got a lot of different uses for his eye beams.
Yeah.
He's got every single beam imaginable. He probably has the meat vision from Fairly Odd Parents in one of his eyes.
Oh, I love meat vision.
It's a stupid but funny power. Memorable power.
Yeah.
Or the yogurt. Remember the yogurt from Billy and Mandy when he scorched it out of his armpit or something?
The snot web.
Oh, yeah, from Fairly Odd Parents too. That's broken, bro, for real. They don't even need that superpower if they got it, you know?
Yeah.
What do you think about Driscoll being a plumber? Do you like that kind of like good to bad thing?
Yeah, I think if they had used Phil, it would have made more sense, you know?
Yeah.
Someone we already knew, someone we'd already had connections with.
Yeah.
Throwing in a new plumber, again, we have no connection to this guy, you know?
Yeah, that's true. I do like that he comes back. He comes back late. I think he comes back with the Sir George arc.
Driscoll?
Yeah.
I think so. I think you're right.
But they don't, like, it takes them up until that point to get to him, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, and he, like, we think he dies because Upgrade, like, he does this weird, like, spin around move. He eats the sub energy and, like, does this big volcano of spinning around energy. And it seems like the guy's dead. But also, Ben just, like, ate this whole, this thing could essentially power the world, like this unstable energy.
Yeah.
Ben just eats it and it's gone forever now. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure.
That's kind of messed up, right?
It because it's like matter is neither created nor destroyed, you know?
Yeah.
Where did that go?
In his belly.
But then he shot it out.
Yeah, I guess it's in space or something.
I don't like it.
That's a really weird scene. That feels like an inflation fetish scene where he's like eats it and he goes, "I hurt the spot." And he's like,
oh my god, he's getting so big his little tail was turning into like a little dot on his booty.
It's so funny to me that Chuck is so busted. He's like one of the more powerful aliens. In my headcanon, he's like right up there with
powerful as Edel.
He's way better than Edel.
No.
You remember that time Edel gets introduced and then he gets immediately smacked out of the way?
It's his fault for trying to fight literally Cthulhu with Edel.
I wouldn't have not picked Edel at that moment, but he might not have even picked him on purpose, you know?
Yeah, he's pretty dumb.
So that's interesting that we get Upchuck doing that. That's a big feat, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Like, Upchuck is essentially Kirby in my head, too. Like,
oh, 100%.
Whatever he eats, it's like a bottomless pit. Like, he can pretty much eat anything.
Yeah. It's also funny, I told you, it's wild that Ben Driscoll literally was just going to kill Ben.
Yeah.
10 years old, he's killing him.
He is like, okay, let me... But that's another weird thing, too. When he puts the sub-energy in him, he gets this, like, eye-beam, like, laser thing.
And it's also like it's too unstable, but it's stable enough to be in your chest.
He's using it fine, yeah.
Yeah.
He must have known, or maybe it's alien technology that he's wearing anyway, because it's Forever Night stuff.
Yeah.
But he doesn't hit Ben direct on when he's just a boy. He hits like up top and starts an avalanche or like a rock slide or something.
Also, Grandpa Max doesn't understand the power level. At one point he says it's the same power as like 3 suns.
Yeah.
But then he says if it blows up, it'll blow this continent out. And I'm like, the power of 3 suns? This whole Earth is destroyed.
Yeah.
You're not coming back from that.
I noticed that too. I was like, that seems low for the power that you said.
Yeah, not a good episode in my opinion. I'd give it a 4.
Like both of them combined?
Yeah.
Wow.
I would rather watch Ben 4, good buddy.
That's a hot take.
I know.
Frankly, that's a hot take.
I know, dude, and I'm with it.
I like some of the action stuff. Like we're talking about, the rooftop fight was pretty fun.
The actions are cool, but like overall, it's like when you go and watch like an action flick that's got no like a Transformers 4. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Sure, the action's cool. What are you actually watching though?
Even that movie, like those Transformers movies, I can't even see what's going on. At least this has pretty well blocked and choreographed stuff. There's like weird animation stuff where it looks like they're not really fighting each other. Like the -10 are fighting, and they get trapped into the hologram thing, or the force.
They're like kind of yanking on each other.
Yeah, it didn't look like it was.
No,
it didn't really look like it was a struggle.
No. What would you rate this?
I would have to give this episode, these 2 episodes combined, maybe like a 4 or 5.
So yeah, I went 4.
Yeah, I've got fond memories of it because Cooper's in it and he comes back, and I guess Guys is.
We just spent this entire time crapping on Cooper.
Yeah, no, I don't like Cooper in this episode. I like Cooper fine. I don't think he needs to be here.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah, 4 or 5. I would redo the whole season.
And this is the series finale, and it's a 4 or 5. That's the problem right there.
Technically, it's not the series finale because technically the next episode is, but technically that's not canon. So this is the last episode.
And then technically, it's the Secret of the Omnitrix.
Technically, it's the Race Against Time movie.
Yeah. See,
I don't even know. That's gonna be fun to watch that. I haven't seen that in forever.
Oh man, that's next, huh?
Yeah, I think I watched that in my rewatch when we were both rewatching. You know.
Yeah.
But I don't remember much about it. I remember there's a dead security guard. Looks pretty good. That's all I remember.
A dead security guard.
Played by Alex Winter, I think, the director.
Oh, okay.
What else do we have to say about that? I've got nothing else to say about the negative 10. I would not give it a negative 10 out of 10. Like I said, 5.
I would.
Yeah, so that's pretty much all we got. Come back next week. We're gonna do Goodbye, Good Riddance.
Yep, the last episode.
And we're not done because we're gonna do Race Against Time.
Yep.
And we're gonna do Destroy All Aliens. Have we decided on that? Are we doing that?
We don't have to do that one.
That's fine. I like that one. We can do that one.
Okay.
It'd be another little episode.
Okay.
Yes. I remember that came out like way later, so it's not technically the next Ben 10 thing, but it is in this classic continuity, so we can wrap all that up at once.
Yeah.
You know.
So, guys, if you want to see more of our Ben 10 stuff, you can look right here on the screen. If you want to see our Invincible coverage, you can go over here and check that out. And then also be sure to subscribe here in the middle and then hit that like button and comment. What are your thoughts on this as a series finale? Do you like it? Hate it? Don't really care? And we'll see you next time.
Goodbye.